The rocket launcher is a close range specialist, capable of dealing out large amounts of damage with its wide blast area, as well as disrupting your enemy's movement and aim with its knockback effects. It has multiple firing modes with its tri-barrel design and can load up to 3 rockets or grenades at a time to maximise its explosive nature, and also it comes with heat-seeking rockets. To shoot the rocket launcher's primary fire, simply tap mouse 1. The primary fire will shoot out a single rocket that on impact will explode, doing damage in an area of effect. This varies from 1 to 99 damage depending on how close your opponent is to the centre of the blast, but a direct rocket will always do 100 damage. Upon hitting an enemy with a rocket, you will also deal a knockback effect that will often discombobulate your opponent, giving you more opportunities to land additional damage. When aiming with a rocket launcher, you always want to be aimed towards the nearest environment next to your target to ensure that you land at least some damage with its wide blast radius. Aiming for one's feet is often the best strategy, as it gives more opportunities to land some damage and knock back your opponent, giving you some more options to land additional damage or disrupt your enemy. The rockets are extremely powerful in a close range fight, making them difficult to avoid due to their large splash damage, but at medium and long ranges, rockets are not much of a threat and are easily avoided. However, the rocket launcher comes with a heat-seeking feature. To lock onto a target, simply hover your crosshair over an opponent for a couple of seconds. You should hear a lock-on sound and an additional crosshair should pop up, then fire when ready. Now, it can be often very difficult to get a lock-on on a moving target, and often attempting this can cause more harm than good, and it doesn't necessarily mean that you're guaranteed any damage, as an experienced player can easily get out of the way with a well-timed dodge. The rockets are great for spamming key items and choke points, as well as great for generating space between you and your opponent if you need to play more defensive. The rocket launcher's secondary fire can shoot up to 3 rockets in quick succession, enabling you to focus up to 300 damage on a single point, or use it to widen your blast radius significantly by moving your mouse as the rockets are launching. This is great for covering more ground and landing big damage. You can also change how wide the spread is depending on how quickly you move your mouse. The rocket launcher's secondary fire is a charging mechanic. To load the rocket, simply hold down mouse 2. To fire the rocket, simply let go of mouse 2 when charging. But once all 3 rockets are loaded into the barrels, the rocket launcher will automatically fire within a short period of time, so be careful of any nearby terrain. When charging up the rockets, it can be heard throughout the map, alerting your enemies to your current position, so always be aware when leaping into a fight, as your opponent might have some time to prepare a counter-attack, or maybe just avoid you altogether. Now, charging rockets when already engaged in a fight can be a really bad idea, as it leaves yourself open to attacks, and sometimes you can die without launching any rockets at all. It's best to charge the rockets before engaging in the fight, and then opening up with 3 rockets and then switching out to the single rockets afterwards to keep up constant pressure and damage. The rocket launcher can also be used as a grenade launcher, firing up to 3 grenades that will bounce off any surface and explode after 2.5 seconds, but the grenades will also explode on direct enemy contact. To launch grenades, first you have to hold down mouse 2. As your rockets are loading into the barrel, simply tap mouse 1 to switch the fire mode to grenades. You can also switch the fire mode back by simply tapping mouse 1 again. To fire the grenades, just let go of mouse 2 when charging up, but once all 3 grenades are loaded into the barrels, the rocket launcher will automatically fire after a short period of time. Landing damage with the grenades can be tough, as they're slow and easy to avoid, especially in wide open spaces, but sometimes you don't really need to land any damage with the grenades, it's just a bonus if you do. The idea behind them is to force your opponent to make a mistake, forcing him off an item or pushing him back into an uncomfortable position, which could lead to opportunities for you to land some damage elsewhere. Grenades can also be used for spamming locations from a safe position, where you don't need a direct line of sight to do damage. Grenades can also be useful when firing onto the high ground, whereas a rocket might struggle to find the angles. The curved firing arc can often give you more flexibility when firing from the low ground. So that just about covers the basics on the rockets. If you want more tips on how to aim with projectile weapons, you can check out my How to Aim guide here on YouTube, or click the annotation above. Anyways guys, good luck, have fun out there in the tournament. I hope to see you out there soon.